Educational Consortium Honor Band Program. The Heartland Educational Consortium would like to recognize the following individuals who have contributed to the development of tonight's program. The Heartland Educational Consortium Board of Directors, and I know some of them are here, so when I call your name, if you would please stand for a moment to be recognized. Superintendent of Schools for DeSoto County, Adrienne Klein. Superintendent of Schools for Glades County, Scott Bass. Superintendent of Schools for Hendry County, Paul Paletti. Mr. Paletti with his fan club, apparently. Superintendent of Schools for Highlands County, Dr. Brenda Longshore. Superintendent of Schools for Okeechobee County, Ken Kenworthy. And I am Bob Shaman. I'm the Superintendent of Schools for Hardy County. Thanks, Mom. And I have the distinction of being a former band director for high school, 25 years, 20 at Hardy County. I was much younger then. And I also had the privilege to help organize this event 21 years ago. So I participated as a director. Later on, both of my daughters sat on the stage and performed, which was great. And now I'm in an interesting position of superintendent of schools. So thrilled to be here tonight with you all. We have some other people to thank because I know from experience, it's a big project. And a lot of people put in a lot of time, and probably next week they will start on next year's production. From Highlands County Schools, Anthony Jones, band director at Avon Park High School, for coordinating all the information arrangements for the high school program. Kevin Collier, band director from Avon Park Middle School, for coordinating the middle school band program for the season. The Highlands County School District Print Shop for printing the programs, and each school district's transportation department for providing a safe trip to the rehearsals and for this evening's program. I would like to also introduce first the middle school directors, so if you're backstage, come out. If you're out in the audience, please stand and remain standing. From Avon Park Middle School, Kevin Collier. From Hill Gustat Middle School, Ariel Maloney. Okay, last year I got some different names, so we're going to say we're 100%. So far we're good, okay. Sebring Middle School, Anthony Giuliano. Lake Placid Middle School, Aristides Salguero. From Hardy Junior High School, Shayla Bryan. DeSoto Middle School, Christy Cooley. From Frostproof Junior Senior High School, Alex Belleville. From Moorhaven Junior Senior High School, Brian Browning. From LaBelle Middle School, Ben Potter. Hey Ben, you must be really good. And from McLaughlin Middle School and Fine Arts, Donna Drisdom. this year. And then, you're still smiling, don't do it. Okay. Okay, thank you, honey.
Just to correct you, Donna Drisdom is our principal at McLaughlin Middle School, and I am Kiana Lamb, the band director.
So Donna Drisdom was demoted to principal, apparently. High school directors from Hardy Senior High School, Jason Thompson. From LaBelle High School, Alexa Pena. From Clewiston High School, Kevin Farmer. Avon Park High School, Anthony Jones. Now the kids from Sebring know whenever you hear this one's name, everybody messes it up. But I've known her for so long, we used to work together, so I think I can get it right. Sebring High School, Colorado, Paniagua. Lake Placid High School, Joshua Vaughn. And Brian Browning is already up there from Moorhaven. And Alex from Frostview High School. James Cooley from DeSoto High School. And from Tedderock High School, Michael Hill. I'd like to thank all the parents here this evening and family of our students for their support of the school's instrumental programs, from transportation, band parent meetings, a fundraiser once in a while, chaperoning events, and many hours devoted to student participation in instrumental music. A thank you to South Florida State College for their use of this nice facility, which is gorgeous now. And to all the school board members, principals, teachers, and district staff. Many people at the district and school sites support the music education programs in your schools. Those at the schools and district, please stand. I was just backstage and met a band director who I used to watch all the time, watch his band, and he judged my band for, I don't know, 15, 20 years, and you're going to be amazed what happens in the next few minutes. I was so excited to see Mike back there, so y'all are in for a treat for both of these bands. So, directors, thank y'all for your work, appreciate what you do.
Mike Mitchell's a native of Jacksonville, Florida, in his 34th year as a band director, and that's quite incredible, especially seeing the places where he has taught, at Lake Mary High School in Lake Mary, Florida, and the Jacksonville area in Georgia. It's been great watching this group transform just from 2 days ago, not being together, and now they're together, and kind of like, if you ever, see two heart cells and how they link together. It's like 100 heart cells kind of linked together. Now they're under his direction. He's done a fabulous job with them. And I like it because I've learned something. My favorite part has been watching when he stopped them one time. It was, they all had that look on their face like, oh my gosh, what's he going to say? You've done something wrong. And it was a compliment. And they were all like, oh my gosh.
That was about 2 minutes of fun right there. The cool part, let me tell you, you've got some great kids. I just have to say that from the start. I came in yesterday, and you never know what's going to happen with one of these honor bands. I've done several over my 34 years of teaching, and I know some of you are thinking, 34 years, you look so young and handsome. I started when I was 11, so we're okay. But anyway, you know, I came in yesterday, and you never know what's going to happen if you're going to click or not. And it was very tentative at the start. We were reading through music and things, and these kids have never played as a group before. They've never sat with each other, except in their own schools, and then we're bringing them all together. And around the afternoon yesterday, it started to click. Well, the piece that we just played for you, they didn't get until today. They did not get that piece of music until this morning. We had a little sectional, brought it back together, and I thought that was amazing what they just played, because they hadn't seen it before today. I've told you stories, right? They've heard a lot of stories today. I'm not going to share any of those with you except for maybe 4 or 5. The kids have done such an amazing job. 6.5 hours of playing yesterday, almost 6 hours of playing today, and I never had to get onto them for being obnoxious or middle schoolish, because that's what sometimes they do. And it's probably been one of the most enjoyable experiences I've had so far to this point, because they have been so well behaved. And what's the word for being well behaved? Etiquette. Yeah, we talked about that too. Speaking of etiquette, thanks for embarrassing your daughter down here, or whatever that was, is screaming. Oh, it was you, okay. She said, that's my dad. I said, stand up, take a bow. So anyway, way to go, Dad, and you keep it up. It was interesting, because when we were coming in, what was that? You'll stand, oh, go ahead, stand up, sir. Let's give him a big hand. We were coming in, and there was this one student whose parent was dropping him off, and the mom went up to him and said, come here, son, and give me a kiss. He goes, no, and she grabbed him, and it was one of these flinching things. And I'm going to tell you, moms and dads, but moms and dads, keep hugging and loving on your kids, because there's going to be a time when they will want you to do it. So you just keep on grabbing them and hugging them and loving on them, because they need it at this age level especially. And don't stop. I don't care what they say. It's not up to them, it's up to you. And they will appreciate it later. The next piece we're going to do is called Morning Mist. It's a huge difference from the first piece, which was aggressive and loud. And for middle school kids to play slow, legato, and connected music is a very big challenge, because everything is fast. Everything is technical, and they're doing the thumb things on their devices and things. It's just so fast. And now we have to slow things down. And when we started this, it was really, really kind of rough. And then all of a sudden, they just fell into it. So we're going to play Morning Mist by Bob Sheldon for you, and we hope you enjoy it. time I do one of these honor bands, I like to play a piece that most people have never heard of or played before. And this next one is called Aliens Landing in Your Backyard. And we're going to have the help of a couple of the high school band members and some of the band directors, I think, maybe. But we're going to come up and we're going to have a couple of soloists that are going to happen here. It's supposed to depict aliens coming into your backyard. That's why it's called Aliens Landing in Your Backyard. And we have some sound effects, and these are sound tubes. Now, the band directors have had a really fun time playing with these because it's just this. And it's kind of like they were doing this, and it was really weird, but especially Mr. Collier was really not good. So anyway, would you demonstrate what that sounds like? Okay, so the cool part about this is we only have the one, and we were supposed to have like a dozen. And so the band director said, well, we'll just go to Home Depot and we'll buy some coaxial things and some plastic. So they went and they bought this hard, conduit that looked like this, but it was to put your wires and stuff in. And they came in, it was so taut, and they started doing this, and it broke off and flung. And poor Ariel, oh my gosh, she almost had her head taken off. It was so sad. 3 times, that's right. So, where are my guys? Where are my guys? Well, let's go, guys. Come on up. They're actually coming up. I was expecting them to stay down there, but that's okay. Come on up. Now, they have never done this before. They have never done this, and we didn't practice with them. So we're going to take her lead, and she's going to show them how or when to do this, okay? So if I could have you, the 2 directors on this side, and the three students. Look at the spacing over here. These guys are stuffing out of each other. Now he's a little close to me. I'm a little worried. So, show me how you guys are going to do this, by the way, because I'm a little concerned. Go ahead. Okay, that's acceptable. Just don't you get any closer to this podium, all right? All right, you guys ready? So here we go, Aliens Landing in Your Backyard. Alex had too much fun with that one. All right. The only thing sad for me is that we are on our last tune, and I don't get a chance to stay up here and work with these young people anymore. Guys, I said at the beginning, these are great kids, and they absolutely love their directors, which was bringing them out here and having them scream and holler and cheer. Is just amazing, and that's the way it should be. And I hope that every one of these students behind me, especially the 8th graders, when they move on to high school, they will stay in the high school band, because it is an amazing experience. 34 years teaching. I'm on my 18th year as a middle school director. I did 12 as a high school director, and I can tell you it is so important that these middle school kids go to the high school, because that's their life's blood. And they've got a great foundation for the high school band. So high school band directors, you're a lucky group of people to be getting these kids. We've talked about them staying and going up to high school, and hopefully that will happen. I would like to thank all the school boards and all the superintendents. Bob Shaman, I haven't seen him in years, but yes, I did judge his band several times, and they were always good. He told me in the back, he said, "You were always rough on me." I went, "Oh God, he's going to say something." He said, "But you were right." I said, "Okay, then I'm fine." But it's been an extreme pleasure. It was an 8.5-hour drive down here, and again, I would do it again next week if we did this again. But thank you guys for having me. It's been a pleasure. Again, your kids are great. Thank you, band directors, superintendents, principals, everyone. So thank you. We'll end this portion of the concert with a piece called Grand Gala.
What an awesome band. What do you think of this, people? We've had 2 awesome days of music and putting all this together. I do need to make note a mistake of mine I made, and I really hate to do it, but I need to buck up to it and make it right with this person, because she's a valued member of my band program, and I messed her name up in the program. How dare I? You know? So I'm going to have her stand. I've already talked to her about it. She knows about it, and I apologize, but you can stand up. In your program, she is not Mason Cloud. Her name is Tara Cloud. Okay, so let's give her a hand. Okay. I have a theory. If I ever get a band program right or anything right that I do like that, it's probably my last year of teaching. So you saved me. I guess I'm around for another year. Okay. And our guest conductor, I'm not going to stand up here and talk a lot. We're really good friends. I was on his marching band staff at one school up at Greentown, Indiana, and then I was on his marching band staff at Whiteman. He's taken a 135-member program and has like 235 now, or 75 now in his high school band. Just an awesome program, and lives in an area that's just like growing like crazy just south of Indianapolis. But the reason I have him this year again, this is his 3rd time on stage. He did the Heartland Honor Band back in 2009. He did the middle school back around 2012, something like that, 11. And back in November, the gentleman that I had lined up to do this program backed out on me at the last minute. So I thought, well, what in the world am I going to do? So I called my good friend, Peter Sampson, and he said, sure, Tony, he loves to come to Florida. So I want to welcome Peter Sampson back to the 2018 Heartland Honor Band. Let's welcome him.
Thank you so very, very much for that wonderful welcome here. And I have to say the exact same thing. It's like deja vu. These are fantastic kids. And we had a great couple of days working on some wonderful music. I was telling them that on a Wednesday morning, right before our first rehearsal, my phone blows up at 6:45 in the morning because our school in Indiana is shut down with an inch of ice. And I'm sitting there going, oh, darn, it's just horrible. And that day off I took doesn't count anymore. So great. But it was really wonderful to be here. We played some great music here the last couple of days, and it's just truly a pleasure. That was Into the Clouds by Richard Saucedo, actually a former band director in the state of Indiana. Was my wife's band director, actually in high school, and one of the more respected composers for music these days for band. And so we wanted to open up with that. We're going to switch gears here and go to a great Spanish march called The Crown of Castile. The next piece we're going to play is a pretty cool piece. It's more of a modern concert band piece. It's called Tricycle by Andrew Boyzon Jr. And the reason why it's called Tricycle is it's very uneven. Okay, and so he's trying to kind of depict a child on a tricycle and how kind of uneven that feeling is. And so most music in today's literature is kind of 4/4, which is 4 beats per measure, and it feels very normal. This one's a little different. And so you're going to feel that as we go through. But really, really cool work, Tricycle by Andrew Boyzon Jr. and due to the title of it, obviously you can tell where we're going next, Pixar Movie Magic. And obviously there's some really great music being written for the Pixar movies. A lot of it even jazz inspired. You're going to hear a lot of jazz inspired pieces here on stage. And this, I wanted to kind of look to make sure I didn't forget any of the pieces. It actually starts off with The Incredibles. Okay, then it goes into Up, followed by Ratatouille, then Cars, and then Toy Story. So you're going to get a little bit of everything inside of Pixar Movie Magic. as quickly as it begins. Once again, this is our last piece for the evening. Again, thank you so much for inviting me to come down and work with these absolutely fantastic students. And to remind all of you that obviously what they do in the classroom and all the teachers in this consortium and all the districts, what they do for these students on a daily basis and what they do to bring music into the lives of this community is super, super important. So please make sure, obviously, keep supporting music education in every possible way that you can, mostly by just coming and watching concerts and telling everyone how wonderful things are sounding and how great, and the encouragement to these young students, because it is really, really great. The middle school kids, by the way, awesome. Really great concert. And one thing that I think is a little rare about this setup here for the Heartland is that we have the junior high and the high school on the same night and then doing the same thing. And I think that's absolutely fantastic, not only for these younger students to see the future and what you're able to do, but also for these students to remember, you know, what it took to get to where they are and to perform at the level they're doing right now, which is absolutely fantastic. When I was talking with the other guest conductor yesterday, we were talking about what we were playing on the concerts and stuff, and he said he was ending with a gallop, and I went, oh shoot, so am I. And so we are actually going to end on a gallop at all, but I one-upped him because this is the gallop to end all gallops. And so nice try, sir, but we got you here. So once again, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and hope you enjoy the gallop to end all gallops.